Welcome back, everyone. This is GTA Failer. In this video, we start a brand new chain of missions given to us by El Burro. I'll have plenty to say about El Burro later, but for now, we're just going to listen to his voice, and I'll point out that the voice actor here is the same as the voice actor who does Marty Chunks. Okay, so hopefully you could hear the similarities here between the voice of El Burro and the voice of Marty Chunks. The voice actor is Chris Phillips. Chris Phillips also did the voices of characters in three other Rockstar games, Red Dead Revolver, Max Payne, and Max Payne 2. That's from the wiki. This is a pretty straightforward mission. We're just going to win a street race. You got to come in first. You got to go through the 18 checkpoints in order and win the race in order to pass the mission. Uh, so, um, like I said, this is the first in the El Burro chain of missions. From the wiki, the reward for beating this mission is $10,000. You fail this mission by not coming in first or by getting wasted or busted, as usual. This mission was unlocked by the Joey mission van heist, and it unlocks the next El Burro mission. So the cheetahs that we're racing here are special, and I'm going to demonstrate their specialness here. They have certain proofs. So just showed you by that rocket launcher that the cheetah is explosion proof. Now showing you that the cheetahs are flame proof. And it turns out these cheetahs are also bulletproof. I think we're going to shoot some M16, which should blow up just about any car in about 1 second of ammo. But no problem. We'll show you another kind of explosion. We did the rocket launcher. There's a grenade. These cheetahs just do not care. So, of course, we want one of these cheetahs because they're awesome and they are some of the unique vehicles in the game. But it turns out it's quite challenging to get them now, and it will become much easier to get them later on. Here I'm demonstrating that instead of starting the mission officially in the marker and waiting for the 3, 2, 1, you could just plow into one of these guys. Doesn't always work, but you could get a head start. Here I'm going to try to win the race in the Mr. Whoopi, which is not nearly fast enough. I'm just going to show you these guys all getting very far away from me with their much faster than my Whoopi top speed, and then I'll show you the fail state at the end of this. As I was saying, I want one of those special cheetahs, and even though we could get one now, it's really, really hard. You couldn't win a raffle loser. Is that an insult? Like, isn't it really hard to win a raffle? Like, if there's, I don't know, one prize and 500 tickets, the odds are not good to win a raffle. Okay, so here I built up a big lead in this Banshee, which is the only sports car on the island. I got it from inside the garage in North Portland, and I figured I could build up a big lead, do this unique jump, which we've already done, so this is just for fun, and then coast right into the finish line marker that's red. Unfortunately, I came up a little bit short and flipped my beautiful Banshee. And I was like, oh, let me just do like a Chariots of Fire and run through the finish line here. But no, I get no credit for running through the finish line. There's the second place cheetah, who's now the first place cheetah. You couldn't win a raffle, loser. Ouch. Ouch. Um, so here I wanted to just see what would happen if I put a fire truck to kind of like block the progress of the other three cheetahs. You can see the police car rammed into one of them. That didn't start the race, so I guess it's only me running into them that starts the race. And then we get a message here if you're not in the car when you go into the starting marker here. This is a car race. You need a car full. No need to call me names, my goodness. Okay, so here is my like official attempt. This will be the attempt that I save at the end of winning this attempt. I'll point out that I can't move for like 2 seconds. I don't know if it's a glitch or whatever, but that was pretty consistent. With my driving skill and my Banshee, these guys are no match for me. You couldn't win a raffle, losers. Okay, while I am doing this, let me come back to, all right, maybe they could win a raffle, and I'm the one that can't win a raffle. So let me come back to why we're going to get one of these special cheetahs later and not now. So it turns out it's possible now, but way, way hard and way time consuming. Once we have a tank officially unlocked, then it'll be, I don't want to say straightforward, but much less time consuming to get one of these banshees. So we're just not banshee cheetahs. So we're just going to wait until then. So we will get one of these and store it in our garage just for kicks. But we're going to wait until we've got a tank officially. Okay, I'll also point out that there is a trophy you can get by completing this turismo race in under 180 seconds, which is 3 minutes. And so that is called the By a Mile Achievement. And that's in the wait, hold on, let me make sure I got this right. Okay, what is this one? This By a Mile, I don't know if it's an achievement or a trophy. It is in. Still can't figure it out. Is this an original thing? Or is this a definitive edition thing? I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about, gang, but you probably knew that already. List of achievements and trophies. Achievements and trophies, definitive edition. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's something. If you win in under 180 seconds, you get something quite meaningful. Okay, so this is me doing my best to try to get that meaningful thing. And while I do that meaningful thing, we'll just keep reading here from the wiki about this race. It says here it's a good idea to do this race before the mafia is mad at you because you passed through the St. Mark's area twice, including this second time going through St. Mark's here, and 2 or 3 blasts from the mafia's shotguns will catch your car on fire. You could solve that by driving a bulletproof car if you happen to have one. Then you could do it anytime. Yeah, so that's about it. It's this mission is not required, to get to the final mission of the game. It's just sort of an optional mission. It is required for 100% though. Okay, so here we are wrapping up the track. Pretty straightforward. I did have trouble with this in the beginning just because I wasn't great at driving and I was constantly looking at the map because I didn't know the course, and then I would miss a turn and crash and whatever. Congratulations, you won with an incredible time of 155 seconds. Remember, 180 seconds is what you need for the trophy. So, boom, I won a raffle. Okay, so I have a tank, and I want to demonstrate that these guys are immune to the bullets from the tank, but if you run into them before the race starts, mission failed with no text at the bottom. I don't know. I guess this is an edge case the programmers didn't really think about in terms of putting text at the bottom. But anyway, so how do I have the tank? Well, it turns out you can use a cheat code to get a tank any old time. And so that's what I did. This is just for fun. This is not my official attempt. My official attempt was the previous one. So here, I wanted to see what happens if I run into one of these guys after the race starts. So if I run into them before the race starts, then the mission fails. But here we are after the race starts and the mission doesn't fail. That arrow is still on this exploded car, but anyway, that car is now done. And so I thought I wanted to try to win a race with the tank, just for fun. Again, this is not my official attempt. I don't want to use that cheat at any point during my official stuff. This was kind of weird. I just sat here expecting the police officer to come bust me because I got 2 stars. So he can't get in on the driver's side. And then I just look at him here just for the purposes of the video, and he fumbles back and forth. But then he'll bust me as soon as I look straight ahead. Yeah, it was weird. I don't know if I'd never seen that behavior before. But anyway, it's something. Okay, so here I am trying to win the race with the tank. So the tank has a pretty low top speed. I am going to spin the turret 180 degrees around in order to blast the bullets behind me and increase my thrust going forward. So that will increase my top speed, but still I cannot compete with these 3 opposing cheetahs in my tank, even with the turret trick. So my hope is to blow all 3 of them to bits pretty early on in the race. And so I tried a few times. I tried like blocking them with the fire truck and then using the tank to run into them, but the fire truck didn't really impede their progress enough. Always at least one of them got past the fire truck and then they were well ahead of me. Oftentimes 2 or 3 of them got past the fire truck well ahead of me. So I decided if one tank is good, then 4 is surely better. So my plan here is to put these tanks in such a way that that they're right in front of the first Corona in this race. And so I'm hoping that all the cheetahs just drive into this line of tanks and blow themselves up. So that's the plan. Foolproof. Um, okay, and I'll also point out that this mission right here is something is repeatable. In fact, the save that you're looking at here is one where I'd already completed this mission and the rest of the Elborough missions and some other missions that I haven't published yet on YouTube. And so, yeah, this is the first of 3 repeatable missions in the game. All 3 of the repeatable missions are phone missions. But there's 4 sets of phone missions, and the Marty Chonks one, remember, is the only phone mission set that doesn't have a repeatable mission. So that's pretty cool. The cheat to get the tank is called Give Us a Tank with no space bars. All right, that's one car blown up. That's a second car blown up. Now the third car got away. I've got two tanks here that are upright, and then the one tank flipped over. It's interesting. At the end of this race, we're going to see the two upright tanks are still there in exactly that position, but the flipped over tank will have despawned. Okay, so I'm hopelessly behind, but my only hope here is that maybe at some point in the early parts of this race, before the car gets too far ahead of me, it will wipe out and spin around, and then maybe I can clobber it and blow it up with my tank. And if I don't see the other car pretty soon in this race, then I'll just give up and start over. And this is not going great. You can flip over your tank, like it's pretty much immune to everything except getting flipped over, or I guess falling into water. Okay, but I don't know if you could see, but the other cheetah is around here somewhere. I guess it wiped out, and now we're in first, and boom! Now we're just taking a leisurely Sunday drive with no opponents in this race. That's awesome. So it did take me several attempts, probably 5 attempts at this. I didn't show you all the fails, just showing you here the successful one. But most of the time, I just couldn't blow up the all three of the other racers before they got away. Okay, so while we slowly drive our cheetah and win this race, just for kicks, let me start reading about something or other, El Burro. Okay, so he's a character in the GTA series who appears as one of the mission givers by payphone in GTA 3, which is set in 2001, and he's mentioned in Vice City in 1986. That's right. We'll read from the wiki this reference in Vice City. His porno movies are also briefly referenced in Vice City Stories, which is set in 1984. El Burro is the leader of the Diablos gang in Liberty City and is believed to be a former porn star. He's voiced by Chris Phillips, as I mentioned, who also voices the Bitch and Dog Food Factory owner Marty Chunks. El Burro is Puerto Rican, and his business is Triple X Mags, and then possibly acting and directing, formerly acting and directing in adult films. Okay, I know that this is a very much adult-oriented game, but I do my best not to talk about the adult themes in this game, just in case there are kiddies watching, and I watch my language too. So we're gonna selectively read here from El Burro's biography on the wiki. Okay, so he's has believed to have been in the porn industry from at least 1984 in an unknown capacity, although most likely as an actor. He was referenced in GTA Vice City Stories by Ricardo Diaz in the mission Last Stand, and then he's mentioned by name during the Vice City mission Supply and Demand. Like if you go watch the opening cutscene for Supply and Demand, Ricardo Diaz will mention an El Burro movie that he was watching, and it didn't work, and so he shot his VCR with a gun. Let's see here. So then it says later he leads the Diablos in their attempts to enter Liberty City. At some point he enters a gang war with the Uptown Yardies after their derogatory remarks about Queen Lizzie. Oh my goodness. All right. In 2001, he employs Claude to help his pornography business. Okay, good. All right. So then the trivia. This is the part where I think I really need to censor myself and read selectively. So he's never seen in person in GTA 3, but he does have artwork. There's a character with the same name, but presumably a different person in the original GTA, like GTA 1, and also in Chinatown Wars. But the games are different storylines and canon, so not the same person. Just this happens to be the same name. Artwork of El Burro is written on a wall in GTA 4, and that's pretty cool. I saw that. Congratulations, an incredible time of 230 seconds. Excellent, excellent. El Burro means the donkey in Spanish. All right, that is a good place to stop reading. There's still a little bit more to read about El Burro, but there's also plenty more to skip reading about El Burro. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you real soon.